Hello everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at an article from the Washington Shitpost, aka the Washington Post. Now this was published on October 10th by Heather Long, and I'm surprised that they actually published this article, because the content of it doesn't look too good for the Washington Shitpost's owner, Bezos, Mr. Amazon himself. Basically, it makes him look like he's using the Bernie situation to screw his employees, and it makes, obviously, the intent, it makes Bernie look like shit for causing this problem. See, they're trying to make it look like, this is all Bernie's fault, but here's Bezos using it as an excuse to fuck his employees. So, Amazon tells Bernie Sanders all workers will earn more despite bonuses and stock grants going away. Which those bonuses and stock grants, okay, getting stock and invested into a company, in the long run is worth more to someone than $15 an hour. Okay, the same with these bonuses too, but it's more so the stock, because with, say, Amazon, for example, because that's the topic of this article, the stock is consistently increased in price. So now they're getting into stock at a set price when they, especially in the beginning because the prices were lower, but they're getting stock at a price that's below what the average person is. So they're getting a deal on stock usually. At least that's what it is in most cases, okay? Because sometimes, companies will throw some money towards the stock because they throw a percentage and you throw a percentage, and that's what your total stock comes about. But they've taken this all away. In the long run, that means a lot more money for people. So as backlash grew over Amazon's decision to do a $15 minimum wage but cut bonuses and stock grants, the company promised that all workers will be better off. Bullshit. This is just an excuse to fuck them. Because now he can say, well, we're paying, Bezos can have the company saying, well, now we pay him $15 an hour. We're doing exactly what the left wants, blah, 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 while they're taking away all these other things. Because they're trying to make it like I said, this is Bernie's fault. But if you look at what Bezos and the company are doing, it's really sleazy and shitty. And there's no way that the employees are going to end up better as a result. Amazon.com sent a letter to Senator Bernie Sanders on Tuesday promising that all of its hourly U.S. workers will be better off financially after its new pay policy goes into effect on November 1st. All hourly operations and customer service employees will see an increase in their total compensation as a result of this announcement, Jay Carney, Amazon's Senior Vice President for Global Corporate Affairs, wrote in a letter to Sanders, Independent Vermont, obtained by the Washington Post. Obtained by the Washington Post. Translated, it was personally hand-fucking-delivered. You are Bezos' paper. They literally think people aren't going to put those two things together. So, I love this, though. The direct quote of how all hourly operations and customer service employees. Are customer service employees paid hourly? Wouldn't they be considered hourly operations employees? And you're saying they're going to see an increase in their total compensation. If you are literally removing big ticket items, or what I'll call big ticket items, like the stock options and bonuses and shit, making $1 or $2 or more an hour. Oh, which also they got rid of this a regular raise as well. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself there. But if you're going to give someone another $1 or $2 an hour, that does not compensate them for the loss in their stock options, especially with the increase in the company's stock value. That's been pretty consistent. If you get rid of the bonuses, that $1 or $2 an hour really doesn't help them that much. Amazon, the United States' second largest employer, announced last week that it would boost its minimum wage to $15 for all of its hourly workers at fulfillment centers, return centers, and other sites. But workers at some Amazon warehouses didn't clap or cheer when they heard the news because the company simultaneously took away bonuses and stock grants. Amazon's chief executive Jeffrey P. Bezos also owns the Post. I love how they throw that in there, like, after the fact. Like, Because most people are just going to glance at the immediate headline and go, oh, okay. They don't necessarily think people are going to read this far. I'm surprised, but you'd think they would have declared this in the beginning. I mean, that kind of shows you when they add this at this point, they don't expect people to read that far, because this should be a disclaimer before you get into the article to show that there's a conflict of interest. Or there could be, would be more accurate, which there is, but more than likely there will be, type of thing, or more than likely than not, or however you want to look at it. But there should be a warning ahead of time, not, 3 paragraphs in? Yeah, at the bottom of the 3rd paragraph. Many workers told the Post, the New York Times, HuffPost, and others that they believed they would make less money under the new rules than they do now, prompting Sanders to ask Amazon to confirm that all employees would see an increase in total compensation after the changes take effect. Well, here's the thing. Bonuses are not necessarily considered part of normal compensation. Neither are stock options to an extent. Stock options, yes and no. It depends on the company. It's not like a business standard. Because in some companies, they won't even necessarily give stock options to all employees. Only certain ones. But the bonuses, those are considered like extra money. They're not considered part of normal compensation. So they can use selective wording to get around this bullshit. Because in their total compensation, like their normal compensation, they are making more hourly. And they might we'll throw a little more money into the medical or something like that to try to add to it. But because medical is considered part of their total compensation packages. But yeah, I've seen a lot of companies, like I said, with bonuses. Those are considered extra. Those, because it's a bonus. I mean, this is funny. Bernie opens his mouth. He's like, I believe everyone should have $15 an hour. That's a livable wage. Ignore the fact that inflation will go up. Ignore the fact that your money will buy even less at 15 than it did when you were making 10. But 15 is a livable wage. This is what happens when you don't let the market dictate. People get fucked. The little guy gets fucked. This is Bernie socialism in action. Again, all hourly operations and customer service employees will see an increase in their base pay as well as their total compensation, wrote Carney, a White House press secretary under President Barack Obama. Oh, and he didn't lie for fucking Barry Soretto? Oh, okay, yeah. He didn't lie for fucking Barry. Yeah, right. We are also proud to continue to provide our industry-leading benefits, including comprehensive health care and up to 20 weeks paid parental leave, and our Career Choice program, which prepays 95% of associates' tuition for courses in high-demand fields. Okay. So, what are you going to do? Throw a little money around there? The shit that most of your employees aren't going to fucking take advantage of in a lot of cases? Because when someone's working in a warehouse, okay, a lot of those people aren't necessarily going to go to college. All right? You're going to give parental leave to single men that aren't going to necessarily need it and go, oh, they got more total compensation? Because I got a feeling that's what's going to go on. Is you're going to give that more total compensation that, or the type of or increases in the type of compensation that most people are not going to take advantage of. It just makes sense, because this was just because if you look, these guys are getting fucked. It's clear that the Amazon employees are getting fucked. And it gets even clearer through this with the situation. So, to me, when you're making so you have to pay them, give them less money, you're going to continue that trend. Just common sense. And this is Bernie's fault for opening his fucking mouth. All of these people should be going, thanks, Bernie, you fucking Marxist shitbrick. Carney says the increase in hourly wage more than compensates for the phase-out of incentive pay and stock grants, and reiterated that the company is eliminating those because workers want more immediate and predictable compensation. Bullshit. That's a lie. That is a complete and total lie. The people who go to work for a company like Amazon, okay, they went there because of the bonuses. They went there because of the stock options. In a lot of cases, because these people looked at the fact of, I get vested in this company. You know, they looks like they're supposed to treat the employees well. I'm going to have stock options. So if I keep investing, if I keep having them, because most cases they'll match you type thing with stock or whatever. If I keep putting my max amount into stock, and they keep matching me, by the time I get vested, I will have a decent amount, and by the time I retire, I will have a substantial amount that will hopefully have grown and split and increased in value to where I can retire and live comfortably. That's what a lot of these employees are looking at. Yet, supposedly they want more immediate gratification. Huh. Really? Did you go and ask them? Or are you just fucking assuming here, buddy? I'm assuming Carney assumed. This is some funny fucking shit. They're literally trying to make it sound like the employees wanted this. Workers who have been with the company for several years are still trying to understand how Amazon is going to ensure that they get more take-home pay. Exactly. These are the ones that are getting fucked even harder. Total compensation often refers to pay plus benefits and not necessarily the take-home pay that most workers are focused on to get by. Employees who earn 14 to 1 or more an hour were told they would receive a $1 pay raise. But as one worker at a Tennessee fulfillment center explained to the Post, he earns about 8% extra a month in bonuses. But wait a minute. So what if you have someone there that's making $10 an hour in fulfillment, in order fulfillment? They just got a $5 an hour fucking raise. Or let's say they're making 11 or 12. $3 at 12. You're telling me that it shouldn't be fair that those employees that have been there longer, that are going to get a whole fucking dollar, should not get the equivalent raise of the people that are getting a raise, getting an automatic fucking raise from this shit to 15 an hour? I mean, let's say they're making 12. So give those other fuckers $3 more an hour. I'm a capitalist and I'm saying this shit because I can see how shady this fucking crap is. Because this is not capitalism. This is corporatism. This was the excuse they needed to fuck the employees out of these extra perks, like stock options and bonuses and shit. And you're going to have people that making 12 an hour because, say, they're new or their abilities are limited and their production levels are lower, are now going to be making 15, and someone who was making 14 is going to be making 15 alongside of them. Someone who was making 15 is going to be making 16, and that person earned that 15. That's complete bullshit. And you're going to end up seeing as part of this, because you're going to have people who have been there for a while, who have been there for, multiple years, whatever. They're at $14, $15 an hour. And then you got shitbricks coming in that don't know their asses from their elbows, got their thumbs up their ass in the process, and they still don't know where their asses are, and can't tell the difference between their elbow and their ass, that are going to come in and make 15 an hour. You're going to see people leaving, especially now with the economy doing better. Wages are going to go up. And these people, they might take a slight cut just to get the fuck out of there, but they'll do it because they don't want to put up with this shit. I mean, this is ridiculous. And this guy here at the Tennessee Fulfillment Center, he makes 8% extra a month in bonuses because he's a good worker. So now he's not going to be rewarded on him being a good worker. Get rid of meritocracy while we're at it, because part of this with this cultural Marxist socialist fucking bullshit and Bernie 50 an hour is you got meritocracy getting destroyed in the company. This guy makes extra money because he's a good worker. Why is he going to bust his ass if he's not going to make the extra money? I wouldn't. His base pay is around $14 an hour, and the extra bonus money for good performance would yield him roughly an additional $180 a month. More during the peak holiday season from October to December, when they really need meritocracy as an incentive, the meritocracy incentive thing, to cause people to bust their asses harder so that they can do more orders. This is going to go over well for the company. They're going to end up having to hire more people. It's going to cost them more in the long run, using this as an excuse to fuck the worker. After the changes, he would only earn only $160 extra a month from the dollar pay raise. That's fucking sad. Amazon is also stopping its practice of giving workers a quarter raise every 6 months, effectively creating a lower ceiling on how much veteran employees can earn. Yeah. See, I'm surprised that this article is in the Washington Shitpost, being Bezos' money-losing baby. Bernie, you caused this, you stupid fuck. I believe $15 is a livable wage and everyone must get paid at least $15 an hour. So what if these Amazon employees are now making less money? Fuck them. They got $15 an hour because of me. They were only making $14 before that. Yeah, but they don't have their bonuses. So what? They don't have their stock options. So what? They got Social Security. No, that's a Ponzi scheme. No, it's not. Yeah, it is, Bernie. Go learn what a fucking Ponzi scheme is. Well, still, there'll be more people paying in so that they'll have that, and they'll be eating fucking shit like cat food, just to survive. Because you fucked them, you commie little fuckwit. He opened the door. I mean, this is ultimately Bezos' doing. But this is Bernie's fault to an extent for opening his fucking mouth. The stupid fuck should just learn that he's old, he's senile, and him driving an Audi fucking R10, okay, or an Audi R8, or yeah, the fucking Lamborghini powered V10 thing, the R10, whatever the fuck it is. Him driving around in one of those while talking about how these people should be making $15 an hour shows what a fucking hypocrite he is. And he bought that with the money from his fucking campaign, from what I understand, too. Which is even more fucked up. Bernie Bros and Hoes fucking tossed him money and he bought a fucking sports car with it. And he's telling people that they should go out and fucking deal with this shit because everyone should get $15 an hour? The Tennessee worker will also no longer receive stock grants, which vested after 3 years with the company and were a substantial benefit to long-term employees because Amazon stock is worth almost 4 times what it was in September 2015. Yeah. This was, I mean, now mind you, stocks go up and down, but comparative to other investments for an Amazon employee or any employee in general, this is one of those ones where it's outpacing inflation and could set them up so that they could live comfortably in their retirement years. And now they don't have that anymore. The worker who asked not to be named out of fear of retribution said he was disappointed and called this a downturn of events. He added that morale was shot among veteran employees. Exactly. What was I just talking about before? About the fact of this was going to send employees out of that company, the veteran employees, because of the fact that they've been there for how long, and they're going to end up making, close to the same fucking money as these shitbricks who come in off the street. Yeah, you're going to see a mass exodus of experienced employees, which is probably one of the things that Amazon wants, because then they look at that fact of that vested stock they would get back that hasn't been vested, because usually that's written into these things. They could deal with that. That's a lot of money. That would free up a lot of stock alone. They could get rid of the benefits because you figure those people that have been there longer probably have families and everything else. They can Get rid of those family types that have, wife and children, all that other shit on their insurance. I mean, this could be a windfall for them, I know, to getting rid of veteran employees to cut their costs. And this is all because Bernie had to open his fucking mouth and go, $15 an hour is a livable wage, and Bezos, you're a scumbag for not paying your employees that kind of money. Fucking bullshit. Amazon told Sanders it is planning to do more outreach to help employees understand how the changes will affect them personally and how they will be better off. So you mean basically propagandize to them, lie to them, and say, oh, well, math? You don't need math. No. Don't do the math. You don't need to do the math. Just trust us. You're gonna be doing better. Yeah, right. Sanders, who has berated Bezos repeatedly, claiming he underpays his employees, which he actually pays his employees pretty damn well compared to a lot of other employers, praised Amazon after the minimum wage increase and said it could well be a shot heard around the world that prompts other large companies to follow suit. Yeah, good job there, Bernie. Yeah, that's something you should be proud of. All these companies that are going to pay someone an extra $1 an hour, will they get rid of their stock options and everything else, perks-wise? Bonuses and things like that. Yeah, you stupid fuck. That's a shot heard around the world. You know that's not going to cause the employees to unite and fucking take over the world, you stupid fuck. That's just going to piss them off and send them more towards people like Donald Trump. So keep doing it. Keep fucking doing it if you want that. Because this bullshit wakes people the fuck up to commie little fuckwits like you and your socialist cover for it, because you are a communist. You're not a socialist. When you praise fucking actual communists like Fidel Castro and the Soviets and saying how, well, food lines are a good thing. When you say that, you stupid fuck, you're a commie. You're not a socialist. You're not a democratic socialist. You're a fucking commie who thought he could get in there and actually turn the country communist. Yeah. And you pull this lip service bullshit to try to fucking get companies to do this so that you can push your fucking bullshit and actually have people buy into your crap. This isn't going to work out for you that way, though, buddy. Amazon's $15 pay is significantly above the typical retail pay in the United States, but it remains below median warehouse workers' pay of $15.53 an hour, according to Labor Department data. Well, number one, they're a warehouse. They're not retail. At that point, retail is the storefront. Also, look at where the median pay of warehouse workers. Look at where a lot of those warehouse workers are and where the fulfillment centers are. Regionally, their pay is on par. All right? Median, it might not be, but regionally it is. It's like the idea of an auto worker for Toyota or Hyundai or Honda. If they're working in the United States, they're working down south. The same with Mercedes. I believe their plant's even down south. The reason why those plants are down south is because they can pay less an hour. That fulfillment center being in Tennessee is so that Bezos can pay less an hour. But I'm sure the wages for that employee are pretty damn good for the region. But yeah, thanks to Bernie and his socialism, these poor Amazon employees got screwed out of their shit because it gave Bezos the opportunity to fuck them. And put more money into his pocket and the company's pocket in the process. Well, going, oh yeah, you guys are going to get benefit. Oh, you guys are going to benefit from this. You're going to end up better than whole. You trust me, you're going to be better off. Well, they're getting fucked. It's ridiculous. They all should be going, thanks, Bernie, and for fucking us. Like posters with that shit. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.